They messed up and they know it.
Matt.
If he's gonna believe some idiot over me, I'll literally die.
The Bachelor's mean girls Victoria and Anna may meet their match this week. We're breaking down a new promo that reveals why they may be going home. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have to talk about Victoria, Anna, and this new promo. But before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. I'm your host, Gabby Gonta, and I'm joined by Hibba Berry today. All right, so we were left with a major cliffhanger on last week's episode of The Bachelor. Tons of bullying was going on between tag team Victoria and Anna against the new girl, Brittany, over that rumor that she was an escort. Our momager of the group, Katie, tried her best to put things to an end, but eventually had to turn to Matt to take things into his own hands. So before we dive into these new promo clips, Hibba, I want to know from you, what are your thoughts about how Matt is going to handle this bullying situation? We know he was kind of in the dark about it before Katie brought everything up, and it's always tough when you bring things up to the lead. It sometimes will go well, sometimes not. But it was clear that Matt needed to get in on this and just realize what was going on in the house. So how do you think he's going to handle it?
I think Matt's going to kind of go into the situation with a no tolerance policy because, again, that's not something of a characteristic that he's looking for in a wife. Someone, that's stirring up drama, airing out dirty laundry, being toxic, being rude to other girls. So I feel like he's going to be very stern and have a good sense of maybe what direction the drama's coming from, hence Victoria and Anna, of course. But I feel like, again, he's going to come in, he's going to be very strict, kind of like you're kind of like the boss, like your coworkers are fighting and you go tell on the boss. And so he's kind of, I feel like he has a lot of housekeeping to do at this point. And I think,
Yeah.
again, he's going to be very clear on what he wants to do, kind of maybe not surprised because I feel like Victoria is always been on his radar, maybe not for the best thing, maybe more in a negative way. So I feel like, again, he's going to really know what to do, and I feel like he's going to make the right choice, but I'm still going to stick with both Victoria and Anna will be going home. That's my theory.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think Matt right now is so caught up in trying to make connections with these girls and like actually pursue real deep relationships that he's probably blinded towards that and doesn't know what's going on in the house like at all. We see so much more of it as the viewers, I think. So I feel like he's gonna be honestly blindsided when he hears that some of the girls that he's falling for are being mean and bullying other people and just like not being their best self. And like you said, those aren't qualities that he's going to want. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles it. I think he's going to come at it from a perspective of like compassion and trying to hear everybody's side of it because he's just such a nice guy. But hopefully he will get to, the bottom of it and realize the main girls who are causing issues. In a new promo clip for Monday's episode, we get a better look at what Matt has to say and how Victoria specifically is going to handle it. Let's take a look at the first clip.
Sign up to be bullied.
Monday, the mean girls have had their fun.
I'm always playful. It was never malicious.
There's a culture of bullying, and now I gotta deal with this.
Okay, so there's a couple shots of girls crying, and then of course Matt is now standing in front of them saying, there's been a culture of bullying that's been curated here, and now he has to deal with it. So it certainly seems like this is derailing his journey to find love, and now he's got to deal with, just cattiness and girl fights, which is probably not going to be, great for him. So what do you think about this clip? We're seeing a little bit of Victoria. She's saying, I didn't mean it to be mean. I'm just trying to have fun or whatever, which is like, not really true. I feel like she's gotten pretty deep for it to just have all been in good fun. But what do you think of, what Victoria had to say and just that they're hyping up Matt's reaction here?
I think we did see a couple of these promo clips, from last week. And of course, Victoria always has something to say. So I feel like, again, this is going to be a trend of all the girls trying to backtrack, trying to play the victim, try to reiterate what they really meant in that situation, and try to kind of like save face in a way. And I feel like that's just not going to cut it because all these other girls, especially like Katie, has called them out on their toxic behavior, the manipulative behavior as well. And it's not going to slide anymore. And they are going to be held accountable. And I think Katie says that later on in the clip as well. They will be held accountable and kind of like it's time for judgment day now, and Matt is going to make this decision or multiple decisions of possibly sending more than one girl home, which I feel like it's the way that it's gonna be headed. But again, I'm just theorizing that. That's just a prediction of mine. But I do think that again, girls will be backtracking, playing the victim card, and unfortunately, us as the audience, it's not gonna seem genuine. And then if Matt still doesn't see that through of the girls, or if Matt believes that the girls are being victims, I feel like it won't last, once their relationship possibly continues because it's just going to be so transparent. And now the girls will have to put on a fake face to continue that facade in a way. So I feel like it's going to be, I feel like a clean elimination. I feel like we're going to see who's going home. We see Victoria kind of, trying to redeem herself. And again, backtracking. That's going to be the trend, I feel like, of the next episode is girls just backtracking and taking back what they said, or again, trying to redefine what they said. So it's going to be an interesting one. And I feel like it's gonna be double elimination. I'm gonna stick with that. Do you have any thoughts, Gabby?
Yeah, I think it's tough because in all these situations, it's just gonna be her word versus her word, because Matt wasn't in the
Right.
room when these things were happening. And so if he just sits them down and says, "What's going on?" Of course they're gonna defend themselves. And, when there's just so much drama and so many things that are just piling up, it's taking a toll on these girls, but it's just hard to unpack it unless you were there. So I feel like Matt is just going to have to go with who he has the most connection with. He didn't see these fights go down. And if girls are just like breaking down crying in front of him, I feel like he's going to be a little uncomfortable and not really know what to do with that, even though, he signed up for this and this is normally what happens and he kind of has to take the reins here. I think it's going to be pretty tough. So in the end, I hope that these girls that really don't even really have a connection with him, like Victoria and Anna, haven't got much time at all. And now they're just causing so much drama. Like, he should just get rid of them, because he hasn't tried to pursue a
Mhm.
relationship with them thus far. So might as well just eliminate the drama. So hopefully, but who knows, as we go further into the coming weeks, we're gonna need some drama to happen to keep the show interesting, or one of the girls is gonna have to stay, or something like that. So I'm gonna be interested to see, what route the producers take, what route Matt takes, and where do we go from here. But another question that we have is, how are the girls going to react to what Matt has to say? So let's take a look at this next clip.
Now they finally
They messed up and they know it.
met
If he's gonna believe some idiot over me, I'll literally die.
their match.
So, met their match. They use another pun here. They love these puns in these promos, but it's pretty good. Of course, again, here we see Victoria saying that she is literally going to die. So, I think we're not shocked to hear something so outrageous out of her mouth, but it must be something pretty big because she's usually the one, with a big smile on her face, a little evil grin, and making other girls cry. And now here she is, you know, nearing a breakdown. So, how do we think this is going to happen? Are the girls going to all turn on Victoria and just blame her for everything to hopefully, get her out, but then get to stay themselves? Or is it just going to be, everyone ganging up, Victoria then ganging up on everyone else and just like a huge fight? What are your predictions for, how the girls are going to react?
I feel like in the past episodes, a lot of the girls have just kind of stayed quiet. None of them have really called Victoria out, except Katie, of course. And now I feel like in this week's episode, I feel like all the girls might gang up on Victoria on top of Matt. And again, Matt's word means everything because, again, these girls are here for Matt. So I feel like that added addition of Matt kind of pressing her for what's going on, explain yourself in a way, I feel like that's going to make her crack. And that's gonna make us as the audience see this emotion that we've never seen out of her because again, she's always the tough guy. She's always the one, leading the crowd and always kind of calling the shots in a way. So I feel like she's kind of getting a taste of her own medicine in a way, unfortunately. But I mean, that's what kind of happens when you can dish it, but you can't take it, which we've also said in the past. So I feel like, again, this is the moment that she cracked. And I think it's also a combined situation of again all the girls ganging up on her because she really has been the ringleader of this drama, especially with Anna by her side now, which kind of gave her more power and it kind of maybe went to her head a bit as well. So again, I think with the addition of Matt, it will really kind of get through her head like, okay, I actually maybe screwed up. And I'm scrambling now, playing the victim card, possibly
Mhm.
putting my health as a storyline of saying, like, oh, I think I'm going to pass out or I don't feel good. I physically don't feel good. Again, I don't want to question anyone's health, but I feel like this, again, might be a move to save face. As I predicted previously, a move to maybe send herself home instead. So So many possibilities, I feel like. But again, we'll just have to see what happens as always. What do you think, Gabby?
Yeah, definitely. I'm also thinking about Anna because we've seen a lot of Victoria in this clip, but I think they added a few moments of Anna, having sort of the evil face or being on Victoria's team in this clip. So, and if we think back to the episode, Katie confronted Matt about the rumor that Anna had started, which, could ruin Brittany's life. And that was sort of the tipping point for Katie to come to Matt. So I think that is going to be what he's mainly addressing. And in the very beginning of this clip, we saw Brittany saying, I didn't sign up to be bullied. So I think Victoria's gonna be a part of all of this because a lot of bad, nasty things are just coming out now. But I think it really might be Anna who Matt has to confront about this and say, where did you get your information? Why are you starting this rumor and all that? And it's honestly just coming from a place of insecurity from both of them. So maybe when Matt sits these girls down, he'll finally see that. But Victoria in this next clip has a major meltdown. So I think the culmination of everything that's happened this season comes down to this moment, and we're gonna have to see what exactly happens. Let's take a look at what they're teasing right now.
I need to sit down. Oh my God. Get your popcorn.
The Bachelor.
Get your popcorn. I think we've all had our popcorn for every episode because Victoria has just been absolutely putting on a show each episode, each week. But this is a big moment. What do you think of her just absolutely breaking down, leaving the room in tears, sitting on the floor? It seems like she, might be at her breaking point, might be sending herself home, might not be able to take it anymore, take what she's dished out, as you mentioned it. But what do you think of this clip and what's going to happen next week?
I think the part of her walking out might be the part where the intervention might have happened, and I feel like maybe all the girls are kind of, just putting it on her, which typically is actually true. And I feel like again, she just couldn't take it, had to step away and kind of has that breakdown. So I feel like again, it's a situation of all the girls just kind of, this added collection of girls just kind of like beating a dead horse at this point, and I feel like this is Victoria's breaking point, and I think it's unfortunate the way that it was captured, but I feel like again, as a prediction-wise, I feel like she's just walking away from the situation because it's getting heated maybe, and again, all the girls maybe are yelling, who knows how this might be going on. Maybe Matt's there, maybe he's not, to kind of mediate the situation, but I just feel like I feel like the promo is so aimed towards Victoria. I feel like it's kind of letting Anna slip through the cracks a little bit. So I think the elimination might be Anna first, just because I'm trying to think in the way that Bachelor producers might be thinking and kind of maybe theorize if Anna will kind of be the blind side because this promo is so aimed at Victoria instead and her physical health. So I don't know. I feel like it's just so tricky to really predict these things, but I think regardless, Victoria and Anna are in trouble. End of the story.
They are certainly in trouble. And I think there was a small part of that clip where Matt was, closing the door of the car and watching it drive away. So we know that some people are going home, and, whether it's because we get a rose ceremony or he sends somebody home on the fly, I think it's going to be one of these girls. So interesting to watch all of these clips and try to dissect everything, but we're going to have to wait till Monday to figure it out. All right, you guys, that is all we have to share with you with this new promo clip. But of course, we're so excited for Monday night's episode. Let us know in the comments what you think. Is Victoria and Anna going to be going home this week? Is it one or the other? And what do you think of all this drama surrounding Victoria and how Matt is going to react to all the rumors? Let us know. And before you go, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. I'm Gabby Gonta, and I was joined by Hiba today. You can follow us at our socials on the screen right now. Come say hi. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.